Ladies and gentlemen, now available via my ProWrestlingTees.com online shop, Get Off My TV. The perfect shirt you could be wearing every Monday night when we see the likes of Kane, The Big Show, Ryback, and among many others that we just can't stand to see on Monday nights. I now bring to you and available for purchase this weekend, starting today. Get Off My TV, man. ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript, $19.99. Get your new merchandise and support Off the Script today. Once again, that's ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Merry Christmas, first of all. And this is number 97, part number 1 of the number 1 source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script, the number 1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes right here on YouTube.com, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 motherfucker. How do you like that one, huh? I'm no Santa Claus, but I'm bringing you the fucking news and rumors like you should expect. Even on Christmas morning, man. Open up your gifts. Fucking sing Christmas carols by the tree. Have a cup of hot cocoa or eggnog, whichever you prefer. And get ready to watch JD give you the news like nobody else on this website, man. But all theatrics aside, I really want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I greatly appreciate everybody that has taken the time out of their day, man. Even if it's a mere few seconds. I've had a week from hell working. I don't know how many hours I worked this week. I can't even fucking talk correctly. I'm so drained, man. Right now, I just got back from my parents' house. I took a quick little cat nap. I fell asleep during my brother practicing on my guitar, writing new music. That's how fucking tired I was. I just laid down on the futon in the basement, fucking dog running around all over the place, and I'm falling asleep, man. Seriously, I had one beer with my dad, and I'm fucking gone. I was so fucking tired. Week from hell. I don't know how many hours a week this week that I put in. It's just ridiculous, bro. But I want to thank you for coming to me via Twitter, direct message. I read everything, the comments on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great Christmas, even though I can't fucking stand it. I don't want to be a damper on everybody else who enjoys Christmas. I have my reasons for not enjoying it and not giving a shit. But we're here. Thank you guys for all the love and support. And we're going to continue doing this into 2016. So enjoy your Christmas, guys. Let's get it ready for Off the Script. I got a few pieces of information for you. But before I get into that, I do want to let you guys know I did do a Smackdown review and results following the live Smackdown on Tuesday. If you missed it, link is down below. I did a Monday Night Raw review as well. Link down below. I did not do a tribute to the troops simply because I just don't like the tribute to the troops show. I love the meaning behind it. I just don't give a shit. Nothing ever important happens on that show. So there's no reason for me to report on it or do a review on it or give you guys results on it because, quite frankly, I just don't care. Some of you guys were tweeting me, JD, look at this main event for this tribute to the troops, and I see 16-man tag. Yeah, I'm really going to jump out of my fucking seat to go watch that one. Give me a fucking break. Not watching that, so that's the reason why I didn't do that. If you guys missed my WWE 2K16 Universe mode, I uploaded episode 3, man. Good to go. Brock Lesnar versus Shawn Michaels. You got Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan. The crowning of a new NXT champion. All there, man. 2 hours plus of your entertainment. If you guys want to fucking bypass Monday Night Raw and fucking say, fuck you to SmackDown, my universe mode is the right alternative, man. Fucking genius. WWE creative genius at work, at home, in the comfort of his own home, playing PS4, giving you guys the Monday Night Raw and the WWE product you all want. So go out and watch that. Link is down below, as well as my career mode with Mr. 9 to 5. Go and check that out if you missed it. I posted 2 episodes this week. Everything you guys need is linked down below. Also, reason why I didn't do Out of Nowhere this week with Joe Cronin, or Out of Nowhere, I should say. Did I say Out of Nowhere? No, it's Out of Nowhere, motherfucker. Told you I'm tired. Out of Nowhere because work held me up. Work held me up on Wednesday. 2 fucking Mexicans come into the store, and I'm ready to go, dude, by fucking 11:10. I'm like, you know what? We're going to get home. We're going to do Out of Nowhere with Joe Cronin. I'll be home by 11:40. Things will be good to go. 2 Mexicans come in. They fucking want to buy $600 worth of shit. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind that. You guys going to pay cash or card? Meanwhile, I counted all the fucking registers in the store, and I made the fucking bank deposit. And they're speaking in Spanish. And they're like, dinero, dinero. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fuck you, oh. Fuck you, oh. I just fucking counted everything, and I got stuck at work till 12:15. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, that's what pissed me off about that one. Out of Nowhere was canceled, and that was the reason why, if you guys were wondering. JD, where's Out of Nowhere this week with Joe Cronin? There you go. Blame the 2 silly Mexicans who fucking lagged their way into the store looking to buy jewelry and fucking watches at 12 midnight. On Christmas Eve. There you go. That's the reason for that one. Enough of me fucking talking. I know you got some goon watching me. Oh, JD, get to the news, man. Go fuck yourself. I'm in some fucking mood, man. Sleep deprived. And I got news on Roman Reigns. Well, great. We got news on Roman Reigns. Backstage news on Roman Reigns' reputation and backstage reaction to his title win. It took essentially all of 2015 to do it. But Roman Reigns has the WWE Universe behind him, and he is... Oh, really? Let me read that again. Roman Reigns has the WWE Universe behind him. I wouldn't say completely. Just a little bit. Not completely, though. People still booing him. People still giving lackluster and lukewarm reactions to Roman Reigns. Nothing spectacular going on there. WWE made him champion because, quite frankly, there is nobody else. Who are you going to make champion? Seriously, there's nobody else. But we've discussed this how many fucking times already on this show and on other shows. So, WWE Universe behind him, and he is currently the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. At the start of the year, he was booed out of the building as he won the Royal Rumble. At TLC, Reigns destroyed Triple H and became a made man in WWE. According to WrestleZone.com and other sources, Reigns has been dubbed the top guy in WWE as of now, and he has the support of the backstage locker room as well. That's an important aspect because getting over with the fans is one thing, but the backstage politics is another issue altogether. Someone in his situation could cause jealousy among other workers, but Reigns is well liked backstage by most people and is considered a nice guy. Nice guys finish last. Nobody gives a fuck about a nice guy. If you're in business, fuck being a nice guy. You have to be a fucking prick. Seriously. That's just the way things work, man. But Roman Reigns is respectful. You know, I don't think Roman Reigns is, cut out to be a leader just yet. But it's being reported that he's well-liked backstage. He's respected. So, I mean, all in all, those are good things going for Roman Reigns. Therefore, his title win has brought acclaim, and everyone in the back has been very receptive to his positioning in the company. WWE.com recently did an interview with Reigns about his 2015 negative fan response and main eventing WrestleMania. You can read everything you want about Roman Reigns on WWE.com. I'm not going over the fucking highlights because, quite frankly, I just don't give a fuck enough to repeat everything on WWE.com to you guys. He talks about his performance against Brock Lesnar. He finds it, difficult sometimes to negate the negative reactions, and what do you do in a situation like that? He talks about the TLC moment and where he destroyed Triple H. You guys can read all that on WWE.com. I'm not going to sit here and waste fucking 3 minutes of your life rereading something on WWE.com because, quite frankly, everything on WWE.com doesn't mean anything to me. It's just things to play up and fill people, fill the website so people can have a fucking interesting read for a half an hour. That's all it is to that. So I'm not going to read that. But as far as Roman Reigns, man, I'm not going to beat a fucking dead horse with this topic. You guys know how I feel. It's done. Whatever the case may be, we now have to look forward to the Royal Rumble. And there's a few different scenarios as far as the Royal Rumble goes. Honestly, I don't know which way the WWE is going to swing, but either Triple H can win the fucking Royal Rumble. We'll talk about this on part 2 because there are reportedly 3 different scenarios the WWE is thinking about for the Royal Rumble. They either have Roman Reigns lose the title at Fastlane, and they, I don't know who the champion would be, quite honestly. That was one of the things that I read. Lose the title at Fastlane, and he would go into WrestleMania fighting Triple H in a grudge match. Royal Rumble time, Triple H could win it. He could win the Royal Rumble and insert himself into the Royal Rumble at number 30. At number 30, we would have Triple H come out and win the fucking Royal Rumble. Jesus fucking Christ. Or the other thing that's being talked about, Brock Lesnar just win the whole thing, and we get a rematch from WrestleMania this year, as I say, 2015, and we have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, the rematch, to see who is the better man, being that it ended in controversy with Seth Rollins cashing in the Money in the Bank. Those are the 3 things currently. We'll talk about it for the top story on Off the Script for part 2 of your Saturday morning. So that's what's going on with Roman Reigns. He's considered a nice guy. He's well-liked backstage. People are okay and are in support of his positioning in the company right now. So take that as you will. More news regarding injury in WWE. News on Cesaro's health and his shoulder injury and his recovery. Last month, Cesaro took on Roman Reigns in the semifinals of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament heading into the Survivor Series. It's unfortunate that Cesaro lost, but it would also mean that it would be his last match for some time because he was then put on the shelf for 4 to 6 months. In an update from that injury, Cesaro had surgery and is currently recovering to get back in the ring. The Swiss Superman is returning to Birmingham, Alabama early next week to get checked on by Dr. James Andrews and see how the shoulder is actually healing. According to WrestleZone.com, Cesaro has been rehabbing the injury at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Over the next few days, he will visit with Dr. James Andrews, and Cesaro will know more about his shoulder and when is a realistic date for him to return to the ring. The original belief was a timetable of 4 to 6 months of recovery, but that depended on the initial recovery from his shoulder and injury. As of this writing, there is still belief and would put Cesaro's return sometime after WrestleMania and before SummerSlam. Seth Rollins and Randy Orton are due to return at roughly the same time, so WWE is going to get a huge boost next summer and an influx of great talent to return to the roster. Hopefully, Cesaro can come back stronger than ever. Hopefully, Cesaro can be one of those guys who says, screw all the backstage politics, screw all this bullshit that stopped me in my first run, screw all the bullshit that stopped me from gaining some momentum right before I went on the shelf. WWE apparently wanted to push him as they probably knew he was dealing with injuries and finally said, you know what, I'm too hurt to even go on anymore. Let me get this injury taken care of and come back better and stronger than ever. WWE wanted to push him then. What an inopportune time for Cesaro to be pushed. So I'm hoping he comes back stronger than ever. He looks better than ever. And we get to see the Swiss Superman Cesaro back in action and finally grab those brass rings that everybody talks about when talking about Vince McMahon and the current talent and the current WWE product. Nobody wants to grab the brass rings. Cesaro's been grabbing at them for how long now? He is definitely worth the time. Obviously, he's not perfect. He's not the ideal guy that WWE is looking for. He's not a face. He's not a top guy of the company. Regardless of that, the man can go. The man is respected. And every time he goes out there, he's going to give you 100% of what he is, man. He's going to leave people remembering what he did on that night he wrestled. And that's all you can ask for. That's Cesaro in a nutshell. That's all you can ask for. If this guy can go out there and bring matches out of John Cena and Roman Reigns like he did, the guy is absolutely worth your time. He could definitely be a world champion. He's got all the talent in the world to be a world champion. And Cesaro is one of those guys I admire and I enjoy watching simply because of what he does in the ring. They've made mistakes with him over the past. In the past, you know, they didn't treat him correctly. He was in a tag team. He was off TV. Then they gave him nothing to do. Then he was mixed in with the U.S. title. You know, he's putting on great matches with John Cena. He was so up and down in 2015. 2016 needs to be the year of Cesaro, man. You either push this guy or you don't. You don't push him and then you fucking tug him back and you say, no, it's not right. It's not the right time. You're going to get pushed when we say. You know, WWE right now, if Cesaro was healthy right now on the roster, this would be the prime time for him to succeed. Because there's nobody else, man. He would have such a great positioning in the company if he was right now healthy on the current WWE roster. Because everybody's out. Cena's not back yet. He's coming back on Monday. You got Reigns as champion. The product is floundering. There's nothing exciting going on. Cesaro could be that boost that everybody is looking forward to on Monday Night Raw. That excitement, that adrenaline boost that the show desperately needs. He'd be putting on great matches with Tyler Breeze and, you know, anybody you put him in the ring with. He would have a great positioning in the company if he was healthy right now. But unfortunately, the way things took place, he's not there. And he's going to be back after WrestleMania. So hopefully Cesaro can come back stronger than ever, like I said, and say, you know what? This is my time. You push me now. I'm going to make you notice me. Fuck all this backstage bullshit. It is my time. Hopefully he's got that type of attitude upon returning and we see a bigger, better Cesaro. If we were impressed with what he did, you know, in the glimpses of fucking greatness that he did in 2015, I'm hoping he fucking works upon that and gives us an even better reason to believe in 2016. So Cesaro should be back in the summer from his shoulder injury. Going to be visiting with Dr. James Andrews very, very soon. There's an article going around about Paige, and this is fucking retarded. Paige likes the term divas better than women in wrestling. You know, part of me wants to not believe this, but then again, this is the WWE. She probably is saying the things that need to be said in order for her to maintain her position in the company. So I don't think Paige believes this at all. I think she's going out there and saying this because she wants to be, you know, the proper WWE employee. So there's a reason for everything, and there's a reason why, you know, people have been pushed aside regarding pushes, and they've been de-pushed and demoted, you know, because you go out on these radio shows and these podcasts and these interviews and he's fucking say something wrong. One thing wrong could lead to a fucking career-ending move. You're move right down the ladder, man. Several notches, and you won't be able to recover. Just ex-Dolph Ziggler. Hasn't been able to recover, man. He's been floating in the mid-card, and he's been fucking all over the place because WWE doesn't want to give this guy the green light to go ahead with the push. And the same thing happening here. If Paige spoke out about, you know, wanting the women's championship back, and fuck the word divas. It's outdated. It doesn't have any fucking use in wrestling anymore, especially in the WWE. It's nothing but a fucking coined phrase that the WWE and Vince McMahon want to build upon. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It never made any sense. But there's been a long debate about how women's wrestling should be represented in the industry. WWE represents their women as divas, which is taken off with a show like Total Divas. Awful. Awful. Everything about that show is awful. I don't even know why I watched the first couple of seasons, man. Because I had nothing else better to do on a Sunday night. It's awful. And it does nothing to enhance the product. It does nothing to give these women the reputation that they deserve. Especially a Sasha Banks, a Charlotte, a Becky, and everybody else in NXT that's trying to work their way up to the main roster. They are not divas, man. They are women. They are wrestlers. The term divas has taken off, and we got spawned Total Divas. Meanwhile, other promotions, and even NXT, which is a WWE product, represent their female performers as women. A lot of people think the term divas isn't as respectful as just calling them women. Jim Ross has even stated several times in his podcast that he thinks the term is outdated and needs to be changed. It'll breathe new life into the division, and I believe him. A lot of people think the term divas isn't respectful as just calling them women. The biggest example of this is the Divas champion that is shaped like a butterfly. The debate has come to a point where the two terms represent two entirely different philosophies about how women are represented in wrestling. Okay? You know, WWE tries to portray this, and it sickens me that WWE tries to portray this. They try to make Nikki Bella the best of both worlds. They try to make the Bellas, Nikki and Brie, the best of both worlds. They try to make them empowering women. They try to make them dominant women on WWE. And then when you watch Total Divas, it's nothing but a fucking joke. They're walking around with fucking $5,000 Armani bags, and Nikki Bella's got fucking so much money worth in clothing that it would put a fucking normal human being to shame, man. She's got more in her closet than most fucking normal Americans work for in an entire year. That's a diva. When John Cena can go out and buy her a fucking $10,000 dress and a fucking $80,000 fucking Lamborghini at the drop of a dime because she is a diva, what do you think we are going to say and think? That's a diva mentality. And then you portray this show on the E! Network, and then you expect me to believe that when I see this all happening on the E! Network, and then Nikki Bella is going into the WWE and fighting for a world championship in her division, I'm supposed to take this as a positive, right? Most of the time I'm saying, get off my fucking TV. What are you doing in my ring? You're a diva, man. Go fucking joyriding in your $90,000 vehicle. Go wear your fucking $70,000 dresses, man, and promote yourself all over the red carpet. I don't care. I don't care. Nikki Bella is not a wrestler. That's a diva. Brie Bella is a diva. They live the diva lifestyle. That's the diva way. Now, meanwhile, WWE is trying to create this women's revolution or this divas revolution. No, it's not a divas revolution, man. You're not going to see Sasha Banks. You're not going to see Charlotte. You're not going to see Becky. You're not going to see Bayley. You're not going to see Nia Jax fucking promoting themselves and flaunting themselves all over the fucking E! Network. You're not going to see Asuka on the fucking E! Network. You're not going to see her on Total Divas. Why is there such a fucking completely different fucking spectrum of women on the WWE roster? Which one are we supposed to gravitate towards? I'll tell you what, everybody seems to love what NXT is doing. Nobody gives a fuck about what Paige is doing and what Charlotte is doing on the main roster. Nobody gives a fuck about Alicia Fox and Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. Nobody cares about them, man. You watch NXT Takeover on London this past Wednesday. NXT Takeover London. If you see the reaction of fucking full arena of 14,000 people gave Asuka and Emma, that's all you need to know, bro. That's all you need to know. If you put Sasha Banks and Bayley out in the middle of that ring in front of Brooklyn, and they fucking had every single human being standing in that building on the edge of their seat fucking cheering for that match, that's what we are most interested to seeing. And what do those women have in common? They are fucking wrestlers. They are entertainers. They are providing us with something that we want. And what they are giving us is not that difficult. It is not that difficult. WWE is so obsessed with getting in the mainstream and the limelight and the spotlight that they put these women in an unfortunate situation on Total Divas that should have been fucking canceled 4 seasons ago, and they continue to do it, and the ratings continue to slip and fall and get worse and worse each season. When are you going to pull the plug on this entire thing? This is not a revolution. Whatever Stephanie McMahon introduced a few months back is not a revolution. That died as soon as she fucking opened her mouth. As soon as creative on Monday Night Raw got a hold of these women, that first week in, it died. And it's continuing to die. Charlotte has no fucking identity anymore. You don't know who's heel. You don't know who's face. Paige is all over the fucking map. Becky looks like a fucking redheaded fool. Or orange-haired fool. Sasha Banks isn't even fucking used. Right? And then you got Bayley and Asuka and Emma and Nia Jax and fucking everybody else trying to make a name for themselves down at NXT. And those are the women we want to watch. Good thing we have them on Wednesday. Good thing we have TakeOver 4 times a fucking year. Otherwise, we wouldn't get the proper wrestling for women that we want, especially in WWE. Can you imagine if there was no NXT? This is what we'd be getting each and every fucking Monday. I don't want to watch Monday Night Raw and watch Charlotte mimic her father and his mannerisms every fucking Monday, man. Garbage. You're killing her fucking character. You're killing her career by doing that. She has no idea. I don't know who I'm watching. Am I watching Ric Flair or am I watching Charlotte, who actually had an identity down at NXT? All she needs to do is go out there and kick ass. That's it. I know she's the daughter of Ric Flair, but fucking Christ. Ric Flair is going to be out by her side each and every fucking Monday. She ain't going to get over. She's not going to get over. People are going to care about more of what Ric Flair is doing than what Charlotte is doing in the ring. And what's in the ring and what she's doing is not going to be fucking noticed. That's the most important. But WWE doesn't see that. WWE doesn't think that. Ric Flair has no business by ringside. None. Each and every time he's there, nobody gives a fuck about what Charlotte is doing. And each and every time he's there, more and more people will not give a fuck about what Charlotte is doing. Do you get where I'm going with this? Whatever Paige said about divas is fucking nothing but political fucking bullshit. She said it to maintain her standing in the company. Everybody wants the women's division to be brought back. Everybody wants the fucking butterfly belt to be fucking thrown away and disregarded forever. Charlotte looks like a fool wearing a big butterfly belt. This is the women that gave you the gold standard down in NXT for what women's wrestling should be. She was the forefront of the revolution. Now she's on Monday Night Raw parading around with a fucking purple butterfly belt. Yeah, I'm supposed to take her seriously. Then you got WWE Creative fucking up her character and her career. Yeah, I'm supposed to take her seriously. This is bullshit. We can only hope that Sasha Banks gets inserted into the main event and she wins the title at WrestleMania. The fucking night after WrestleMania, she comes out, cuts a promo, right? And says, you know what? I'm going to pull an Alundra Blaze. I'm going to drop this piece of shit in the title and then unveil the Women's Championship. Bring back the belt that Lita and Trish held. What is so different? Trish wasn't a fucking diva. She was gorgeous. But she, in the ring, provided you with what we want. Lita, same thing. Provided you with what we wanted. Wrestling. Wrestling. Deep down, they were wrestlers, and they fucking did it to the best of their ability. And they were the reason why everybody respected them so much. Same thing with Jackie. Same thing with fucking... Who else was there, man? You know, the list goes on and on. The same thing with everybody back in that day and age, man. China, you can go on and on. I don't get it. What is so difficult? How are you booking the women the right way in NXT on Wednesday, and then on Monday Night Raw, you don't have a fucking clue? Seriously. I just don't get it. And it fucking frustrates the fuck out of me that these guys are the wrestling fucking, the place to be for wrestling, right? Everybody over there has got some fucking, you know, some important position in the company. Meanwhile, you're seeing your product fail each and every fucking week, especially the women, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody. Watch NXT on Wednesday, Vince. Kevin Dunn, watch NXT on Wednesday. Road Dogg, Michael Hayes, watch NXT on Wednesday. Stop fucking mouthing off on Twitter about what we should watch and what we think and what you think is right and why we should listen to you. Obviously, whatever the fuck you're doing is not working. But down on NXT, on Wednesdays, things seem to be going the right way. All you have to do is watch Asuka and Emma on TakeOver London, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because if those two women can get the reaction, no matter where the fuck they are, man, they could have been on the fucking moon with fucking 14,000 people watching. 14,000 fucking aliens on the fucking moon, and they would have got the reaction that they got in London. Seriously. You could have put 14,000 fucking corpses in those fucking seats, and they would have got a fucking reaction like they did in London. It doesn't matter who they were in front of, man. Seriously. Go and watch that match. That's the reason why women's wrestling is the way it is on NXT. On Monday Night Raw, I don't know what the fuck we're watching, man. It's nothing but a fucking embarrassment. And if I was a part of that division, I'd want out. I'd want to go back down to NXT. Fucking demote me. Because what they're doing on NXT right now, or what they're doing on Monday Night Raw, is a complete embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse when Total Divas re-debuts in January on the E! Network. That's my fucking rant. I went on and on about that, because I read that, and I'm like, you know what, I got to talk about this. And that's what I got to say about that. Thank you guys for watching Off the Script Part 1, number 97. If you missed anything this week on my channel, my career mode, universe mode, if you missed my SmackDown review, my Monday Night Raw review, if you missed Off the Script last week, everything you need is down below in the description. Go and buy your t-shirts, man. ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript for your brand new official Get Off My TV t-shirt, man. Featuring the Big Slow. Gonna be fucking awesome, man. Get yours today. They ship international, and it's fucking gorgeous, man. I would highly advise you to go get yours, man. I want to see fucking pictures taken with that motherfucker. Gonna be great. All right, what else do I got? I gotta get WrestleCrate. I'm gonna get WrestleCrate hopefully this weekend after the holidays. I should have one and an unboxing next Friday on number 98 Off the Script, so look forward to that. WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter @WrestleCrates. They also ship internationally as well. And as always, if you're not following me on Twitter, @JD206, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want more great WWE news and rumors. Enjoy your Christmas. Have a cold one for me. I'm going to be with my family today. I'm going to be drinking the Mad Elf, the best holiday ale you can find anywhere, if you can find it. I'll be with my mom. I'll be with my dad. I'll be with my brothers. We're going to have a decent fucking time. So I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas. I'll be back on Saturday with more news and rumors off the script. Until then, this is JD. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys on Saturday morning.